LSNV has been an important presence in the community for going on 5 decades. Our presence in the community has made a difference.
It's the organization that people come to when they need free legal help.
One of the great challenges of doing legal aid in Northern Virginia is that it's a place that people think of as where wealthy people live, that there's a lot of wealth, but the reality of there's a lot of people who don't share in that is a significant challenge. LSNV does 5,000 cases a year. That's 5,000 clients who are financially eligible for our services, meaning they live at or near the poverty level.
There is a gap in the system that we call the justice gap, which happens in civil cases because there's no right to an attorney.
The rationale of that was because criminal defendants facing difficult circumstances, the chances for them to achieve justice were modest without counsel. I think the same is true on the civil side.
The person who's poor, who has a modest income, probably cannot afford an attorney, so their chances of winning that case if they go alone is very unlikely compared to someone who does go in and have an attorney represent them.
There are ways that we as a society, we as a profession, can fill that gap. LSNV being the best example of them, and they aren't able to take all the cases that come their way. It's up to us as lawyers and as a community to help them fill that gap.
Often when our clients come to us, they come in moments of crisis. We take great pride not just in going into court. We want to educate our client to make sure that these cycles don't repeat, or that if they do repeat, they know how to get out of them.
Sometimes it's not even a court situation. I will be able to open up a bank account for a survivor who is living in a domestic violence shelter and not able to provide proof of address.
42% of our cases are family law cases, helping survivors of domestic violence obtain a protective order, helping our clients obtain custody or support, eviction prevention. We help clients or families who are on the brink of homelessness.
We do a lot of consumer protection cases, being sued on an old credit card debt, an old medical debt, making sure that people are able to access the public benefits that they're entitled to.
If you're going to shatter the foundation of some sort of system that is creating injustice, you start by gnawing at it.
Every year we have to unfortunately turn down a lot of people just because we don't have the resources to be able to help every single person who contacts us.
We have to go through a type of priority system, help the people that are most in need. There are good causes that we should be involved in and that we should be working on. We're just unable to do so.
It is very difficult to work in the human trafficking realm in an under-resourced capacity. There's often times where we need an expert, a psychologist to come testify in court, and that's just simply things that we cannot afford in legal aid.
Right now it's a lot of, I'm sorry, we can't help you with that right now. And that's one of the hardest parts, is not being able to help someone, mainly because we don't have enough attorneys.
There really aren't enough of us here to represent them fully in court and the administrative agencies. It would be wonderful to be able to serve everyone who needs our services.
I think the organization is essential. It can't function just within itself. It needs the assistance of far more than its own resources. And we as a profession are blessed with the ability to help financially. Lawyers, law firms, the business community, all will benefit if an entity like LSNV is sufficiently funded to do its job.
We couldn't do what we do without the support of the local bar, both in terms of the financial support, then and also pro bono help, doing a case, 2 cases, 3 cases a year, free of charge.
Our firm has been supportive of LSNV because it's the right thing to do. We want to give back to our community. It's a great training ground for our young lawyers who get a chance to get into court and represent somebody.
There's a need for more staff, but there's also a need to pay the staff that we have more. We want people to be able to make a career at LSNV. This is challenging and it can be traumatic work. We want more than anything for our staffs to have happy, healthy, well-balanced lives.
It's really the heart of the people here at Legal Aid that make it such an amazing place to work, because you're attracting people that really want to do good work, that are willing to sacrifice.
People who work here are dedicated, bright, hardworking, and are doing a difficult job with limited resources.
I'm interested in seeing ways that we can continue to open those doors to justice.
We need more volunteers, more people willing to lend a hand and be part of that solution. The harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few. So if we could just increase the number of people who actually reduce the justice gap, it's going to be better for everybody. It's going to make Virginia a better place to live and to work.
I've worked in the Alexandria Legal Aid Office since 1979. I've seen where we've actually saved homes for people facing eviction, people facing the loss of their children.
So that's why we do this job. We're here to take people who are, down on their luck. And once you get to see them grow and flourish, it's so beautiful, and it's just the best part of this job.
It's easy to talk about diversity or open and inclusive community, but legal aid puts that into practice. It makes it a reality. Help that family stay in that house. That is a real concrete embodiment of, a welcoming, inclusive community. We need all of you to show Northern Virginia that there's a different way to do things. It can be more supportive. It can be more kind and caring and compassionate.